Everyone, and welcome to the first edition of the BridgeBrains BrainWatching. I am your host, Nintles, and here we have ZehOverseer.
Hello.
We also have ZehOverseer.
I'm just here for the food.
We have Wildcard. And we also have the workhorse, Cubicle Wings.
I heard that there was food here.
Well,
where's my
you're
sandwich?
all lucky because we all have food here. This podcast is about pop culture and pop culture accessories.
Oh,
and
what does that taste like?
Where the points don't matter and... Yeah, wait, don't show.
I like soda too.
Here in Canada, we call pop soda pop, so
that's
well,
it all tastes like it all tastes like.
All right,
so all here, it tastes like Mountain Dew flavored Cheetos. If you remember what that was like.
That was the thing?
Mountain Dew and Cheetos. Yes, that was.
There was Mountain Dew Doritos at one point, okay? And that was around when Overwatch came out.
And there was also Pepsi
Don't
Cheetos.
remember that. How did I miss that?
It was all in Japan too, so.
I like how the soda doesn't taste like Mountain Dew. The soda tastes like Mountain Dew flavored Cheetos.
Are we just gonna have a food cast now?
It's turned into a food cast.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
Hi, we're
gonna talk about brains.
There better not be a brain in my food. Fuck.
Well, ironically, it's not tainted with horse meat, so you don't have to worry about that.
What?
Ooh.
Cannibalism.
Alright, so, basically, this podcast, we will be talking about anything that has been trending in the last month.
Trending?
And by anything, I mean anything that isn't that controversial, which ironically we're starting with Bowsette.
I thought we were starting with
opposite of controversy.
The giant turtle in the room.
It's not even a controversy. So,
turtle.
this late September, the internet has recently blew up with fan fiction photos of
They're
a
called
Bowser.
It's called art.
A Bowser and Peach crossover. And
do we really have to introduce it?
yeah, all I could say is that it has been giving me a bad Vietnam flashback to Arrow in the Knee. If you remember what that was.
What do those have in common?
Because of how fast it actually spread.
Oh, I see. It just exploded.
Yeah, it literally exploded everywhere. No one could stop talking about it. And what you have to say about it? Because
there's a lot of it that's enjoyable.
ZehOverseer, you have been pretty fucking vocal about how much you didn't like this. So can you explain me?
It's not that I don't like it. It's that it's done to fucking death. Like,
well, that's basically what memes are these days.
Yeah,
anything
but
that's
like
done to fucking death.
People just exploit it so much, and like, it's all over YouTube now too. It's spread to YouTube. So, fucking, my whole say on the matter, like, I put like in a giant tweet, is that the anime girlifying thing is not fucking new. So,
63.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, with everybody drawing pictures of like a cute like girl like spreading across Twitter. Like Nintles, you said it reminded you to Arrow to the Knee, but you know what this reminds me way more of?
What?
Snarky Wendy's girl.
Yes.
Oh,
This reminds me
yeah.
way more of that than
She's
Yeah,
fucking
actually-
edgy like her too. So
Yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense. And that was actually way more recent. But the reason why I compared it to Arrow in the Knee is because it basically just became a bad joke.
yeah.
And that's what I think. Because basically when it comes to the internet, when something trends, it usually becomes unoriginal,
It gets oversaturated real
thoughtful.
fast.
oversaturated, yeah, and immediately becomes a joke of recession, as in people are really sick of it and they just mock anyone who fucking promotes it and like makes profit off it.
But the thing is, it sparked inspiration for other art like Bowsette
Yeah.
and any other character that puts any other person that puts the fucking super crown on, which, by the fucking way, does not work on anyone else but Toadette. It has been confirmed. If anyone else uses that in game, it turns into coins. So it doesn't fucking work. It doesn't make logical sense.
Now, did they make that decision after Bowsette started becoming popular, or was that like? It's like as soon as they realized what damage it could have done, they're like, "Fuck, nope, just this."
Damage control.
Yeah, they planned on turning Mario and Luigi into women when they grabbed that crown.
No, I think like
that
the
was their
whole-
plan.
I think the whole Toadette thing was just already like their plan. It's just the super crown. They wanted to state that, oh, this happens when anyone else uses the crown. No one's gonna get turned into a girl here, folks.
You know they're loving this though. I mean, this is free advertisement for them.
Dude, this sparked them in fucking stocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually got stocks from it.
This
Never-
boosted
you think
their
they'll
stocks
ever-
hella.
What segue?
Wait,
What
wait,
actually
wait, your
started
stocks are
taking their
influenced by
stocks,
me?
ironically, was the Nintendo Switch Online controversy. Ever heard of this? So they launched the Nintendo Switch Online service a few days ago to a very mixed to negative reception. One of the examples of what the stuff they add to it was the NES online service, which you could play any game from the NES, well, only a few select games, but they also have these controllers that you could buy, and they actually act like almost like Joy-Cons themselves, but here's the stupid thing about it. One, you have to have the Nintendo Switch Online service. Like, you have to actually buy the account. And two, you can only use it with the Nintendo Switch Online account. So, for the NES service, you can't actually use it for any other game outside of the NES service. Here's why this is so retarded. One, why can't I play games like Mega Man Legacy Collection or Shovel Knight or fuck the arcade games that are already on a Nintendo Switch with those controllers? And two, what is even the point of that My Nintendo service? You know about that? The fucking points? Like, it renders that completely and utterly pointless. Why am I collecting gold fucking coins when I won't even use them? Like, it would be way more beneficial if we could actually purchase the controllers with the coins, because it'd be like a reward, you know? Like fucking
The coins
Club Nintendo was.
The coins have been a thing though for Nintendo Switch since it launched though. Like they've been showing up near every purchase on eShop, and that's
Yeah.
because
And ironically, they don't even use them for like redeeming like rewards on Nintendo Switch. It's only for like Wii U or like the mobile games. Like, what's even the point?
It's supposed, like, their idea behind it though, other than it not being used for anything else other than that, was supposed to be like credit, like, you know, like a rewards card at GameStop. Which in itself, GameStop is not a great fucking place to do that.
No.
But even then, like,
Wait, I
at
thought
least
the
with like
coins,
Club
like,
Nintendo,
credit that you could use to buy other games. Like it's like a
That's what they were planning, but they're making it
Yeah.
like exclusive to certain shit now.
why?
yeah. But even then, when they did the Club Nintendo thing, you were able to use the points that you actually got from Club Nintendo to purchase stuff off the site.
Huh.
And you could get stuff like exclusive games or exclusive like trophies and stuff. Here, like, they haven't even announced anything for it. It's just literally it's just useless.
They're trying to lock you into what you can buy with it. So,
Not even that. They're just like, just use anything.
Yeah.
Just buy pointless shit.
huh.
There's also stupid things that I do not agree with, like the cloud saves. Like, I'm for the cloud saves. I think it's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
But not even some games like Splatoon 2 can use the cloud saves.
Like they're really
And-
big game. They're really popular games that can't use
Yeah.
this service, which makes like they're more not so well known titles, and they're indie titles, and they're old as fuck titles can use this service, but not their now really popular games.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Makes literally no sense. Now, what I'm hoping is that they can improve it, and there's always a chance that Nintendo can improve on what they work on. Like, for example, with the marketing of the Nintendo Switch compared to Wii U. But they have a really bad track record with how they handle their online service.
Yeah.
In this case, I don't think it would be necessarily fair to blame it on Nintendo. I would blame it on the third party that actually is helping them out this time, being DNA. But at the same time, they definitely need to improve everything on the service. If they want people to be confident, especially confident onto the Nintendo Switch, they need to reassess like almost all of it.
Yeah. What I like about the difference between the Switch and the Wii U is the eShop itself. Not like the other services, but like the eShop itself is amazing compared to Wii U. Like there's so many fucking indie games on there. They have Nekopara on the Switch, okay?
Yeah. That's the only reason why you actually want to buy the Switch.
Maybe.
And recently, they also announced the Kimono Friends P-Cross game on there as well.
Yeah.
Which definitely day one buy for me. But another reason why I like the Nintendo Switch is because the interface looks way more cleaner, less childish than the Wii U, which is a big plus. It's more modernized.
I mean, we can easily talk about like the hardware differences because the fucking Switch itself is already a fucking genius invention compared to every other console. But like it's just with this whole online thing is where they're really struggling right now.
Yeah. One of the things including the peer-to-peer connections, which a benefit of peer-to-peer is that it's encrypted, so no one could actually like hack into it. but with servers, they run faster and they control them. In the case of Nintendo, if you want faster internet, you have to make servers. But like it's a very, especially for a paid service, like you need to have like servers to maintain everything and have a better experience. If it's not servers, the internet's still going to be pretty slow.
That's what
I find
sorry.
I find the internet on Nintendo Switch like not that slow, but there could be chances that there will be slowdown, especially with Smash coming out. So they really need to think about that stuff.
It's gonna.
I feel.
I have a feeling though it's gonna end up like fucking Pokemon Go, where no one could fucking play that shit. It just became unplayable, so bad because they didn't have enough servers, because they didn't care because they are a 28-man team.
True.
Like that's
All
another.
right.
Sorry, I was gonna mention the fucking how many indie teams they're bringing in onto the Switch because of like all their different games. That means they're bringing in a bunch of indie servers too.
Yeah.
To run those indie games. So Nintendo is pretty much relying on them than their own fucking company.
Yeah, and I think that's a bigger problem because Nintendo, like, the reasons why people buy Nintendo consoles is so they can play Nintendo games, especially the online games. If you have bad online servers, no one's going to be playing the games online, especially paying for it. The good thing I could say about Nintendo Switch Online is that it's cheap. It's $20.
It's $20 for a whole fucking year.
Fucking year. That is worth like almost every penny. But I feel as if
I wouldn't even say
they
that.
might have to compensate by releasing like a Elite version or a PlayStation Plus-esque version where it's like $60 a year.
I mean, hang on.
So
these things used to be free. And it was Microsoft that drug us down this bullshit, and now everybody's trying to make us pay for it.
I hate fucking Xbox this monthly subscription shit.
Yeah.
I hate
I'll recommend Donkey's video on that subject. He pretty much hit the nail on the head.
Dude, I hated every bit of that when I owned an Xbox. I don't own an Xbox because of that now. Because I literally couldn't play my games at that point.
Well, a reason why I would say a paid service, like something like $60 a month, would be the only way they could salvage it, is because they don't even have voice chat on their goddamn internet. You have to use a fucking mobile app, which is complete and utter shit. I have it on my phone. It's really bad. And you don't even need to use it. You
the only way I could see the only way I could
Switch
see
Online.
The only way I could see voice chat ever working for the Switch though, it will never work on the handheld version. I can assure you that, because they never worked on the DS. So that's out of the plan. But on the console version of it, when it's connected to the TV and everything, people can buy headsets. They should be able to connect a fucking headset and use it properly.
The Nintendo Switch doesn't even have Bluetooth support. It's 2018, and there's no Bluetooth support on your Nintendo Switch. I think there is some, but no Bluetooth headsets.
Yeah.
Which I think is dumb. What was I also gonna say? Oh yeah, expand the Nintendo Entertainment System service to include more games like Super Nintendo, N64, and especially GameCube. and that could also include like exclusive games such as Star Fox 2 that came out on the SNES Classic. I think would actually be the best thing to entice people to buy it.
Fucking Final Fantasy is coming out on the Switch, bro.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, totally, dude. Yeah.
Which one?
Like
All of them?
7, 9, and 10.
7, yeah.
And also 12 and the pocket version of 15.
The pocket version's it's pretty ugly.
They left out the best one. They left out 6.
Yeah.
But no, I feel
think
like
they're still trying to get the rights is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 7 and 12.
Cube and Zay, what do you have to say about this?
I don't own a Switch.
Yeah. I don't play games as much these days.
I mean, I know Nintendo, like, Nintendo makes great games. They just suck at everything having to do with online and the internet.
Yeah.
They're great game
True.
makers. They're just not great on the business side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know how to run a
agree.
business. They know how to make games.
And their
I feel
lucky
like
games
that
are their
shit-
bread
I
and
feel
butter.
like that's one of their big highlights too, is the fact
Yeah.
that they make their good games.
The thing
Yeah.
That's
That's
the reason
where-
why they survived.
that's
Yeah.
where
It's long.
Nintendo and Sony differ though, is that Sony focuses way too much on business to where they don't want to do cross-platforming.
Or
Oh,
look
yeah.
at Sonic Boom.
That or stealing the ideas of Nintendo, and that's a perfect segue to their announcement of the PlayStation Classic.
Speaking of stealing from Nintendo, what about this Assassin's Creed Odyssey thing? I've just recently heard about.
What Assassin's Creed Odyssey thing?
He's
I
making a
don't know.
joke about Mario Odyssey, and he's in the titles are the same. I
Yes,
got it,
but-
wild card. I got it.
I get
Thank
it.
you, Zay.
Well, it's Ubisoft, not technically Sony. So.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, no. It's just the... Never mind.
I
But,
mean, Nintendo and Ubisoft fucking work together now on fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, but only for Rabbids apparently.
yeah.
I
And to
fucking
put,
hate
and to
Rabbids.
put Star
Confirmed
Fox
Smash.
in the new spaceship game.
Oh yeah, Starlink. Definitely want to play that.
Starlink?
I mean,
Yeah, that's the game.
they could just make another fucking Star Fox game, but you know.
No, do you
Yeah.
know what happened last time?
Yes,
well,
I
if
do.
they
but
can do
that's-
it right.
Exactly, if they can do it right, make another fucking Star Fox.
Well, you see,
game.
what happened in that last Star Fox game was that it was supposed to be a completely different game. And then Nintendo was like, hey, we'll put Star Fox in it. And they're like, okay, sure. And then it was complete shit because of it.
Anyways, let's get to the next topic, which is what I mentioned in the PlayStation Classic, which coincides with the 25th anniversary of the PlayStation.
Which I find
What noise is in the
Wild
background,
card,
by
could
the
you-
way?
That's
Sorry,
his-
I think
that's
I'm
his
breathing into my
headphones.
mic.
But the thing with the classic though is that shit's not original.
Yeah.
With their
Stop eating your microphone, Jesus.
Are you still hearing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can all hear it.
Shit.
Nintendo
Sounds like
has been-
maracas.
How about now?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
better.
you're good. Nintendo has been doing it. Sega did it with the Sega Genesis Classic.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they're just
Sega
jumping
Genesis
on.
does it like they do it just more like well, because ever since they left the console business, they just sold it to third parties.
Yeah,
Nintendo, on the other hand, they're doing it in house and it's like professional.
the thing about Sega though is that I can understand them doing that with is because with the third party thing is that they're basically a part of Nintendo now. Like Sonic
Kinda.
is part of Nintendo. Like
Yeah.
if we're gonna be real about that. But like wasn't there a Dreamcast classic too?
No,
I
there wasn't.
thought there was.
There was Dreamcast games put onto like PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and all that sort, but there was never never a Dreamcast classic.
Probably because there's not a lot of games for the Dreamcast, or not a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, like there were like Sega like home plug and plays. There were Arturis, ColecoVision.
To be honest, though, PlayStation 1 never had that many good games either. It was
Ironically,
maybe-
because there's like 20 games on the fucking PlayStation Classic.
Yeah. But what they don't
there
have...
was a lot of good games, but like most of them are not even on the PlayStation Classic.
I'm
what
mad
kind of pisses me off about that is that they're fucking Sony, and they could actually have like their own like service right on the thing with an internet connection, and you could just buy the games on there. Why haven't they done that?
If they don't get fucking Pepsi Man, I'm out. That shit was on
Pepsi Man on
PlayStation 1.
PlayStation
So
Classic.
it's the only reason I will buy one.
Yeah, if you haven't know, he actually bought a Pepsi Man.
Hell yeah, I
cosplay.
did.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was offered either a PlayStation 2 or a Sega or Dreamcast. And I'm so happy I picked the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, that's the
You made
that's
the
the
right
thing.
choice.
I know,
PlayStation
but it's
2
like, when I
is-
was a little kid, I made good choices. What the fuck happened?
That's the thing, though.
You grew
is that
up.
Yeah.
My statement still stands that PlayStation 1 does not have that many good titles compared to the PlayStation 2, which was fucking revolutionary at the time.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably easier to fit like those low polygon games onto a tinier system.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna buy one. I haven't bought the other classic consoles either.
I need money.
Money would be nice.
I don't really have an interest in getting the PlayStation Classic, mainly because I'm bummed out that it's not like a service where you could actually like download games off it, which I think would have actually been extremely smart, because usually Sony has the edge. They're almost like they're trying to be like the quote better Nintendo with how they like handle their stuff. Like, look at like the PlayStation Move, which basically almost like a better version of the Wiimotes.
Yeah.
Um,
I prefer the Wiimotes to those, to be honest. I hated the fucking PlayStation Move.
And not only that, but like their origins actually spawned from Nintendo screwing them over. So basically, they always try to have a one-up on Nintendo as much as they can.
How did Nintendo screw them over?
They were going to make a CD add-on to the SNES, and it was called the PlayStation. But Nintendo actually went with Philips
cartridge,
instead.
Yeah. Oh, the Philips CDI?
Yeah, that's actually what led to it.
Oh my god.
CDI games are so good.
Yeah, I would pay top dollar for a CDI Classic.
Oh my god, fucking Zelda CDI Classic, my dude.
I just wonder what Ganon's up to.
People actually tweeted. People actually tweeted
boy.
to Phillips.
Welcome to Walmart. You must die.
You killed me. Good.
People actually did tweeted to Phillips about a CDI Classic, and they said, "We'll get back onto that." We'll talk to
Meaning
you
they
about
forgot
that.
about CDIs.
Yeah,
I would too. I would
I mean,
forget that as much as I
they're,
could.
they're too focused on razors to think about Hotel Mario.
Oh, yeah.
They turned over and was like, "Wait, that was us."
But I mean, the fact that something like that birthed the whole culture of like YouTube poops and stuff like that, that's impressive in itself, you know?
I mean,
Totally.
fuck, I love CDI games.
Yeah.
I don't like playing them, fuck that, but I love watching other people play them. I rather
It's
not
been
wanna-
one of those days.
Did you bring a
One
light?
thing,
Now I'm just thinking of trying to remember all of the CDI quotes that aren't like
You forgot the best
meme-ified, where
one.
like everybody knows them.
You know what they say.
lots of
Yeah, like
spaghetti.
those.
Toast.
Yeah, I like those. I'm trying to think of like the more like
Obscure
like-
ones.
yeah, like not a lot of people remember.
Did you bring a light? No.
Get ready to catch you. None of these are funny. I'll stop.
All right, so next topic.
I want a
would be the,
PlayStation Classic, honestly. I mean, I've never played. I mean, I've never played any of the games that showed up. I'm just like, I can get a bunch of those in one thing. Fuck it. I'll
How much are they selling it for again?
about like $100.
Never
Jesus
mind.
Christ, never mind.
I
That
take it
shit's
back.
tiny as- that shit's
And there's
tiny as
no,
fuck.
and there's no analog
money.
sticks either.
If it was like $40, I'd be like, sure, give me on that. But like, and also I doubt it's going to have that many big popular games on it, because I feel like if it was, I mean, it would be like nice if they like saved those for like when it actually comes out. But usually, if you want people to get excited for something, you reveal a bunch of like big games that are going to be on it at the time you announce it. So the fact that Final Fantasy VII was like, and like those are
Final
the
Fantasy 7.
those are the
Metal Gear
5
Solid.
No. What games, like, what were the 5 games that said would be coming with it along with the other? Like, it said it would have 20 games on it, but in the reveal, they only mentioned 5. And that's Final Fantasy VII, one of the Tekken games, the game with the robot, the first-person robot bunny shooter, I think a racing game, and another game. I'm just like, really? Those are the 5 games you're using? Those are the 5 games you're using as a selling point? So I don't think it's going to have that many. I think they're going to be mostly smaller, obscure titles. So
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you like think about it. If the original Metal Gear Solid was going to be on the PlayStation Classic, or like Abe's Odyssey or something, you'd think they'd want to put that in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a fucking PlayStation Classic at a fucking pawn shop in a couple years. I fucking bet on that shit.
Well, if you could already find one, because you could just get an actual PlayStation 1.
Exactly. At that point, you can just buy the PlayStation 1, have all the titles for it. Have fucking
Yeah, that's
Pepsi
why-
Man.
And that's why I think this type of shit is bullshit, because it's just money. It's just like cash grab.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Simpsons
trying-
wrestling on the PlayStation Classic.
Unless there's actually as long as there's actually worthwhile titles. I'll point to an example of Star Fox 2 again. There's not really a point in actually buying these.
Exactly.
If you could have original games on there, it'll be worth the while. But
That's what I like about Nintendo's virtual console thing on eShop, is they have so many fucking titles on that shit. One that I bought on there was Pokemon Yellow, because I don't have a fucking Game Boy anymore.
Yeah.
And that was
Wait,
the first
Pokemon
shit that I
Yellow
bought.
is on the Switch?
Virtual console. What?
Wait, you say you got Pokemon Yellow on the Switch?
I don't think it's on the Switch yet, but I'm talking about the eShop in general, like from the Wii U, the 3DS, now onto the Switch.
Oh, I see.
They've always had good shit on eShop.
Yeah.
They have all their classic. They have a bunch of classic titles, not all of them, but and a bunch of fucking indie titles now on the fucking Switch.
Yeah.
That some that I never thought I would ever see it on there, like Necovara.
Anyways, the next topic.
Given the last few games you recommended to me, I'm gonna have to play Necopara now.
Yes.
Anyways, should we get to the next topic?
Yeah, let's move on.
I'm not looking at the
Yeah,
list. So what is the next topic, Nintles?
So back onto PlayStation. They actually announced they're actually gonna have crossplay
For only
with,
a select few games, though.
Yeah. So Fortnite and all those type of games, which before this whole thing, you actually had to create a new account for like playing it on like Xbox or Nintendo Switch if you had Fortnite on your PS4.
Yeah.
Because they actually locked you out of it. But now you could play Fortnite and your cancerous fucking dance moves.
No, even
with
then,
all your Nintendo Switch friends.
Yeah. Even then, though, if they needed to create a new account, they would still it's still a worldwide game, but now they're bringing it to like Sony has been so fucking like against crossplay with any other console, including Steam. Like,
Yep.
For some reason.
They're so protective of their own like brand. When they published Minecraft, they were the ones that published it, not Mojang or Microsoft. They were the ones that actually put it on the console.
yeah. They just put the credits to Mojang like in the fucking like credits on the actual game. They didn't put it on anything else. Anything online, not on the cartridge or cartridge, a fucking box that you can buy it, or like everyone else online.
Yeah.
That shit online, boy. Sorry. I fucking hate Minecraft.
Yeah, I was gonna say this earlier when we were talking about Bowsette stuff. Do you ever think they'll like rename cancer memes? Like you got memes in your. So, this is basically what it is. Like you got
Cubicle, stop eating the mic.
Not me.
Cubicle.
It's Overseer.
Overseer. Oh,
I'm not doing anything.
What did I do?
I'm just sitting here quietly. Don't make fun of me.
He's here for the food, damn it.
Don't yell at me.
Don't yell at me.
No, I was gonna say like Cubicle has the horse head. Like, God.
He's just like,
oh, because I have a horse head, I got blamed for everything.
Yeah, it's hard to breathe in that shit.
Yeah, blame the guy with the horse head. God, everywhere I go.
This video gets flagged for discrimination.
I'm flagging it.
It gets put on limited state because of
discrimination against horse-headed people.
No, it's fucking
against horse people.
It's animal
centaurs.
It's animal abuse. They
the
work
horse
me
is really
silly and
getting
then
us.
they make fun of me.
So anytime you use like that metaphor, beating a horse to death, you get
Beating a
flagged.
dead horse.
That's
Eating
literally
a dead horse.
Yeah, exactly.
That's literally us after we kill him for not editing fast enough.
Yeah. But I mean,
why aren't you pumping out more videos?
YouTube's algorithm, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw that. Like you say, beating a dead horse and for animal abuse because the algorithm's so stupid.
Knowing YouTube, they would totally do that.
It would.
Hey, another thing they would definitely flag is beating a dead Telltale.
Oh, we're gonna
recently.
Yeah.
Telltale went into complete and utter bankruptcy. So
no,
they should have done it much.
It's not that they went fucking. They just laid off a bunch of people, and they're still intact, but only a small group of them.
Yeah, but they're in the shutdown process.
Yeah,
they're finishing up the last little bit that they are.
They should have done it much earlier though, because they let people go without severance pay, which is bullshit.
They better
and without warning.
Exactly.
which might be illegal. They're going to
Yeah.
court
Yeah.
over that.
Yeah, they're being sued right now.
All I
so-
know is they actually kicked them all out of the building they were in. They had 30 minutes to leave that building, and they're being forced to shut down.
Yeah, that's not
Um,
sketchy at all.
Like,
Yeah.
They should have been doing this process much sooner if they can't, take care of your people.
to be honest,
Here,
They should.
Sorry.
you have to think about the context of what Telltale does. Basically, they put themselves in a situation where they made themselves an oversaturated market. They put out many games, all licensed, and they're all basically copy paste of the same generic adventure game. So you have games like The Walking Dead, you have Batman, Guardians of the Galaxy, fucking Minecraft has an adventure game from them.
Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah.
The thing is about their own games, not like Minecraft, but like their own games that they've made with the other rights that they have, is that it's all the same fucking animation software. It's all made in the same fucking animation studio that they can't change anything. Like, at least Square Enix changes it up every now and then.
Yeah.
Totally.
I would hope so, considering it went from 2D to 3D.
Exactly.
I get your point, yeah.
But Telltale never fucking changed their style at
Yeah,
all.
they don't innovate, so they naturally fell behind. And
That's another thing, is reason why I never really got their games, is like I respect them for their craft, for what they did make.
yeah,
It's just their business side of things, which includes the laziness to get another fucking animation thing, is where they're fucking lacking.
are you talking about an engine?
Yeah, yes, that's the proper word I should have used. Yes.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard too much about this situation, but aren't they don't they still plan to? Didn't they say they're still planning to make the Walking Dead finale, like final
They
season?
basically, I think the owners or the Walking Dead people came in and commissioned them to finish it, I think.
Which is fucking funny.
Yeah.
But no, like they released the second episode recently, but it's unsure if they're actually going to continue it.
They're not gonna finish Wolf Among Us, which fucking sucks.
It's such a funny thing to say fast. It doesn't sound like it sounds like one word instead of a sentence.
So
Like some kind of disease.
Yeah.
He's got Wolf Among Us.
It just sounds like the disease for like turning into a wolf.
Right.
That's how werewolves are created. That's how furries are made.
Oh my god. But anyways, should we like escape out of video games and start talking about comics and shit?
Comics
and
and
superheroes?
Comics.
Hey, look, a kitten.
Well, technically, we're still going to be talking about video games because we're going to be talking about that Spider-Man game that came out.
That's so relevant.
Ironically, that we haven't even played yet.
Yeah, none of us.
Okay,
here have played it yet.
next topic.
Yep, man, that's all we're gonna cover there. Let's. It's a game. It's out. Move on.
I will say one thing:
People
the model
play
they
it.
used, the model they used
The
for Peter
world, it
Parker.
happened.
I will say though that the model they used for Peter Parker, like they used the fucking actor from The Amazing Spider-Man, instead of like the first 3 Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
He should have been fucking Tony Maguire this entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but from what I have seen of the game, like I gotta say, like the voice acting, like the actual stuff, pretty it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have spoiled the game for me, so kind of.
The mechanics are pretty dope, except like no one wants to see fucking Peter go through his science shit.
So there was like this one part like at the opening cutscene where if you don't swing immediately you just see Peter Parker just like in the mid air just like pointing down to the fucking sky. He's not falling.
I'm gonna sit
like,
here until you do something. It's pretty much.
You know the game's not gonna progress until you press that button, right? I'm not gonna fall down, okay?
Oh, it's like that Spider-Man 3 game thing where it's like,
Oh,
help, please, I'm going to die.
Yeah. He just belly flops into the fire. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
That's what I loved about that era because the Sam Raimi movies and like the Sam Raimi like era, they had a self-aware humor to them and something that
I think that was an accident.
kinda
Though. I
missing.
think that was like it was so bad it was good.
Yeah.
We'll meet again, Spider-Man. The
But no,
over-the-top part of everything there just makes it.
That's the one thing I don't really like about the MCU. They kind of had this like ironic humor. It got really stale. I could say like they improved it ever since like Iron Man 2. When they did that in Iron Man 2, I found it very insufferable. Like when they were having the like funny moments where like Tony and Pepper were like arguing and stuff. Yeah. I thought that was so irritating. So irritating. But ever since like they ever like went to like Avengers, they like they improved their craft on it. But they also found the formula and they haven't really improved on it. And yeah, like that's one thing I don't like about the MCU, and it has affected like almost every Hollywood movie now. Like the only like one I would give the exception to, and which even then it still kind of does it, but they do it better, was the Guardians of the Galaxy films.
Yeah.
Which they fired James Gunn on.
Fuck that.
For those like controversial reasons that we're not going to talk about because it's not relevant anymore, but
and political.
Yeah, it is political. But that type of stuff like is going to affect the MCU going forward because now it's not going to be fun, and that's kind of my problem because they don't really have that much fun with the Sam Raimi films. I kind of hope they
take a stand on that. I hope, like they refuse to make more.
Yeah.
Until they get him back.
Yeah. With the Sam Raimi films though, the guy was known for making for the Evil Dead films, which ever since like the second film of the Evil Dead has mostly like comedy elements to it. Bruce Campbell, for example, is a fucking saint when it comes to humor. But no, like, I just kind of felt like the Raimi films were written incredibly. Like, those Spider-Man films were like my fucking childhood, and
you mean the first three?
The first two.
Yeah. Two, all right.
Yeah.
3 was fair enough.
We don't like to talk about
we don't
3,
talk
okay? The only good thing about 3 is Venom, but like even then, it's still not that good. Like Venom himself in that movie is great, but Venom on Spider-Man is where I fucking hate that movie.
Yeah. Just wait until next BrainWatching where we actually talk about Venom.
We should just talk about Spider-Man in general. Like, Spider-Man, the Spider-Man universe. We should talk about.
I'm not
The
gonna
Spider-Verse.
stand here wait.
What?
I was singing that freaking song from the first. I think it's the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. I forget what the name of the song is and the band who sings it, but it's that song that goes.
Nickelback.
They say that a hero can say, yeah, Nickelback.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thing that came to my mind when Nintles says those movies are great.
You know what's? You know what I also don't really like about MCU now is that Disney owns Marvel right now. So, and
Yeah.
what disappoints me now is that Disney is trying to make their own streaming service right now.
Yeah.
Comparative to like Netflix.
Yeah.
But and that means they're gonna put all of the Marvel movies on there too. They own that shit. So
Yeah.
why not?
I
They're
don't
gonna
mind.
my point with that though is that they're gonna make shitty MCU shit specifically for that service.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that DC streaming service thing that is trying to get off the ground with god awful Titans.
Just like
Don't
all the
get me
Netflix
started on
originals.
that.
Doesn't that like come out?
Fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman.
J-Chip, you mentioned Netflix, but I don't think that Disney streaming service, I doubt they're going to put something like Daredevil on there. I'm very sure that's sticking with Netflix because that's...
Yeah, that's partially owned by Netflix.
Yeah.
Also, it'd be kind of weird to have something like Daredevil next to friggin' Aladdin.
I mean, Disney made fucking Deadpool 2, which I'm surprised they went through with.
No, they didn't. That movie was in productions years before that deal.
Yeah, but they still fucking let it happen.
Well, the deal's still going through, isn't it?
Like it was co-production with 20th Century Fox, which they now own, by the way. So yeah, technically it is Disney.
Disney's gonna fucking own us all.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It's like
it's like the Pixar
Fox,
stuff with
they
by and
own
large.
Marvel, they own Star Wars.
It's
like,
oh my god, this is actually turning into this is turning into that Pixar theory with the by and large owning everything. It's by and large is Disney.
Yeah.
Speaking of the MCU, should we talk about that Captain Marvel trailer?
Oh,
that came out?
Elder abuse woman.
What?
It's a perfect way to put it.
Oh, the only thing I remember that I was a little dazed in the morning. I see that in my subscription feed. Like, oh, okay, I'll watch this, and then just all of a sudden socks in the way. I had to go, wait. What the fuck just happened there? Like, it took me a second to realize. Okay, that's probably a scroll. But anybody who does not know that is gonna be like, what the fuck just happened there?
I have no idea what we're talking about. So.
I want that old
We're talking
lady.
about Captain Marvel.
I want that old lady to turn back to Captain Marvel and say, "Oh fuck! I can't believe you've done this."
I fucking love it.
Oh my god! All right, I'm gonna watch this right now.
Oh fuck! I can't believe you've done this.
Yo, if Avengers Infinity War
Blockbuster
just had like the othery woman turn out to be like the mother of Thanos, for example.
Oh god.
Then it'll make it worth it. The DCEU will be dead if that happens.
Ooh.
Which technically they already are kind of dying because there's been recent photos going around where they're actually filming a new Joker film that is not Jared Leto.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is in a brand new Joker film unattached to the MCU. DCEU.
I was gonna say, like, you're gonna upset a lot of DC and Marvel fanboys.
The thing is that, like,
you know what?
They stated that it won't be connected, but if you really look at it too, the movie itself, I think, is based in the 80s. So it could be kind of like this was like Joker, like the first kind of Joker in the 80s. And then this Jared Leto person is like the person who comes in as the new Joker kind of thing.
I just don't think they're connected at all.
Yeah, it could be the case too.
I mean, DC doesn't know what they're doing most of the time with their characters anyway, so...
You know, there has been a recent theory that Michael B. Jordan might actually become Superman.
Okay, I just saw the scene you're talking about.
So what I'm thinking, maybe they're starting to phase out the DCEU and just gonna be making a brand new universe. What do you think of that?
Honestly, I would be okay with that. I feel like they need to start fresh.
So basically, like two universes at the same time.
Yeah, we'll put that in the trash. We'll put that in the trash universe with the new Titans coming out.
Yeah, that can be Titans material.
Speaking of Batman, do you remember hearing about the Japanese anime Batman?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
that
looks
was like
sick. That looks sick as fuck.
It does.
We were thinking about
By the fucking JoJo people. Come on.
We were thinking about bridging it, but it would be pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can abridge JoJo, we can abridge that.
Yeah. I mean,
JoJo's been
the real
abridged to
trick.
death.
The real trick is getting it past copyright, if we can.
Yeah. I don't know if we get copyrighted by fucking that Japanese any of those Japanese companies or DC.
Probably DC.
Hey, we could be.
Yeah, probably gonna be Toho again.
God damn it. Let's not talk about that here. I'm triggered by Toho right now.
Oh no, not Trigger too.
Hey, we could
Trigger.
challenge.
God damn it.
We could make our own DC abridged verse.
Oh wait,
And
no.
just
You should
challenge
hear about
the
speaking of YouTube.
DC abridged universe, or just make it non-canon.
Let's make a Justice
Yeah, have you heard about the YouTube things where they get two different companies to claim one thing and go against each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, the copyright deadlock.
Yeah.
Where like, yeah, your video still gets like striked, but at least nobody gets any money for it.
Right. No, the
You know, it's just one little middle finger to the people.
I can't remember who he was. He's a big YouTube critic.
Jim Sterling.
Yes, he got a Sega of America, or was it Sega or Nintendo?
It was Nintendo.
Okay, Nintendo of America.
Because he made that Star Fox Zero video review.
Yeah.
And
He
it got
Nintendo of America and Nintendo of Japan to counterlock each other.
yeah. And now every time he does a Nintendo themed episode, he plays Chains of Love at the end.
Right. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, you know what Sega also recently did though, was that they brought Aaron from Game Grumps in to their offices to finish Sonic 06.
Oh, nice.
Without John.
Wait, were those
What?
were
Wow.
joke tweets, weren't they?
No, that
They
was
actually-
completely serious.
What the fuck?
And they're actually
Why?
Is it actual like Game Grumps episodes?
Why would they do that?
No,
I
they're
haven't
just
heard
bringing
anything.
him in to complete that shit against his
Damn.
like. It's not against his will, but like,
Yeah, no, they actually chained him up and decided
Yeah.
to drag him over to the studio.
They're like, hey, you want an all expense paid trip to Japan? Gotcha, bitch.
which he's done before. He goes to Japan all the fucking times.
Yeah. I mean, I want to go to Japan.
Like, but
Hey,
like
at
he's
least-
being like, not against his will, but like he's being tortured to complete Sonic.
might as well
06.
be. It's like,
You know, that actually makes me
couldn't
really
you guys
sad
just
that we're never
waterboard
gonna
me?
get.
Jesus.
You know, it actually makes me really sad that we're never gonna get that Game Grumps reunion.
Yeah.
I was
What are
talking
you
about
talking
it
about?
earlier. I was talking about it earlier that the JonTron era was basically equivalent to the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Which I strongly disagree.
We
But-
did get a Game Grumps reunion. It's called Starcade Last Episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about a series, like actual episode
Doesn't
with
need
them
to
playing a
happen.
game.
As long as they actually made up.
Honestly, I love JonTron, but I love him better by himself than with Game Grumps. I feel like he and Aaron just
Yeah.
didn't have
I
compatible.
like him better when he's not a fucking piece of shit on Twitter. But yeah,
What the fuck are you talking about?
a bunch of political shit that I
not
do
to get
not want
political.
to get in. But like,
Oh, that whole
but also I
bullshit?
like him
No.
more when he actually posts shit.
Hey, it's
Actually making episodes.
Yeah,
he's getting married, isn't he?
I think. I think.
I think that was one of the reasons why he left Game Grumps, because he wanted to like
for his girlfriend. Yeah.
yeah, because he was living in New York at the time. He had to flew to Los Angeles to film Game Grumps episodes
Fly.
and back. Yeah, he had to fly around to actually do Game Grumps.
We need to talk
so
about
I
your
think
grammar.
He actually left.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that update video. Like, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Weren't we talking about Captain
What
Marvel?
I just did. What I did.
We were.
Yeah. We
Yeah, oh my
we,
god.
This had segued way off topic.
Yeah, we were talking about Captain Marvel.
And then my ADHD took over, and we are over here now.
It's okay, wild card. All of our ADHDs took over.
we went off. We were just talking about Captain Marvel for a bit, and I just changed the topic to Joker because all we could talk about was the granny punching.
Sorry, that's all I
So
remember.
that was the only.
That's all I.
That was the only thing that was worth talking about. with Captain
and young
Marvel.
Sam Jackson, honestly.
Yeah.
Young Sam
That's the
Jackson
only
actually looked
thing.
pretty good.
So,
Alright, moving on.
we should get to the next topic. I recently just found out about this. Apparently, they're making a Sesame Street movie.
That's
Why?
Because the link you'd sent us was like, it said Sesame Street the movie is in the works. When you said they're making a Sesame Street movie, I thought, well, they've made a ton of Sesame Street movies. But if this one is just like Sesame Street the movie, then I guess, like it's not another Big Bird movie or anything.
Yeah.
It's like
No. It's like an actual, like.
It's like what they did. It's
A
I
reboot?
imagine it's probably going to be like 2011's Muppet movie, where it's just like it's a movie about fucking Sesame Street. How do you want me to explain it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're just trying to, like, I don't know.
Trying to make it relevant again.
They're trying to also play on the whole nostalgia is best train going on.
Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that Happy Times Murders movie with like all the?
Oh yeah.
No, I
Hard
don't
R.
remember it. Cubicle. It came out like
I
2
saw
months ago.
photos of it.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it wasn't Meet the Feebles.
Oh,
You
That
ever
sounds-
heard of Meet the Feebles?
that sounds bad.
I have heard. I've seen some of Meet the Feebles, and I wish I hadn't.
So, this is not for the faint of heart, but Meet the Feebles is about Muppet type of characters doing really bad things like drinking alcohol, having sex, puking, all that stuff. And it was ironically directed by Peter Jackson,
What?
the person who, the guy who would end up directing the Lord of the Rings films. This was one of his first movies.
Huh.
Huh.
I don't think I can look at Peter Jackson's movies the same now.
I wouldn't too.
Imagine
You
if like
directed movies about drunk ass Muppets.
Yeah, this one's named Frodo. And
This one's named Frodo.
if you want adult Muppets that's actually like creative and funny, just watch Avenue Q.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I love that.
The
shit.
internet is for porn. The internet is for porn. So grab your dick and double click for porn.
My favorite thing, my favorite song on that whole musical, is "Everyone's a Little Bit Racist."
Everyone's a little bit racist.
That shit's
Hey,
fire.
okay. You weren't just born that way, and as they say, it's in your DNA. You're gay.
Oh, you saw those like VR puppets?
What?
Like this guy who just like does these puppet shows in VR chat. Who's like,
Oh no.
he goes around with a fucking, for example, Martin from Finding Nemo is like, have you seen my son?
Oh, no.
Have you seen my son anywhere? I need to find my son.
I need to find my son.
And he starts kissing some of the people in the VR chat. He's like,
Oh,
it's
no.
okay if Marlon uses his tongue.
Wait,
What?
VR?
Yeah, in VR.
In
VR
It's just
chat.
making me think.
I
It's
hate that
making me
game.
think about that. Like,
I hate that game so
I wrote a
much.
blog post of why I fucking hate video games. It like appeals to like the male fantasy.
Listen, all I
Have you
know about
seen my
VR is
son?
the ink kill one.
I fucking
Oh,
hate
and you got
VR
your
chat.
knuckles, of course.
Uh,
I'm gonna be the next Hokage.
I'm a bit of the next Hokage. That just reminds me of
I'm going to commit suicide.
That too.
I'm going to commit suicide.
Do you know Dewey?
Do you know
I miss.
Oh god, another dead
Sometimes
meme.
I miss fucking Uganda Knuckles.
Yeah.
Right?
In
Oh my
ter-
god,
in
it's like
ter-
Stockholm syndrome.
I saw the greatest one a while ago. It was like some guy in VR chat dressed up as a knight. It was like, hey, give me a hit of that cigar. Okay,
Dude.
the helmet comes up. It's a fucking Uganda Knuckles. Thank you, me brother.
Dude, the fucking my favorite thing from that whole thing is communist Uganda Knuckles and a tank.
Yes. I was just about to say that. He's like aggressively in a tank.
Yeah.
You void
It's
meaning
aggressively- Yeah.
Not to offend
Oh,
any
no.
Russians watching.
I'm pretty sure it's from a war movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not an actual. I mean, it is actual Russian, but you know,
exactly.
not like angry Russian
Seek a
controversy.
black.
So the last topic is something that ZehOverseer wants to talk about, and
Spider-Man.
found an excuse to actually talk about it. So that new Spyro the Dragon Reignited remaster is getting a PlayStation skin for your PlayStation 4. So theme with Spyro the Dragon riding a skateboard on your PlayStation dashboard.
But let's not talk
Yep,
about that.
segue
Let's
over.
talk about Spyro.
let's just give him an excuse
So
to actually just talk about
Shantae-
Spyro.
All right. Whoever's editing this, put like a knuckle cracking sound effect right here, because that's what I'm doing.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
All right. Where the fuck do I even begin? Because like, I've been wanting to talk about Spyro for the longest time, but like most of the stuff, like I've like when we decided we were going to do a pop culture podcast, I was like, this is what I want to talk about because like it's probably the only thing I can talk about because I
All
don't
right,
pay
and that's all the
attention
time
to
we have. Let's
multi.
move on.
Shut up, horse! I will make you into glue. Do not take this chance away from me.
Tune in next time for.
Okay, continue on. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
No, we're not.
I wanted to talk. I remember a bunch of things that I wanted to talk about and like make us like guesses about how the game's going to be, but like that was months ago, and so much stuff of the game has already been released by now, to the point where if the game hadn't been delayed, it would be out by now, and I would be playing it. But I don't like. I'm sure it got delayed for like multiple reasons, because like I know there was that whole controversy of having to download the second and third game and only on the physical edition, because because apparently the physical edition was available, something that a lot of people wanted to buy, but on the website it said that the physical edition required 2 and 3 to be downloaded from the internet, which kind of tanks the entire point of getting a physical edition. So I remember like that was a big deal, but I don't think for sure that was the reason for the delay, because I think I heard, again, I haven't like looked into it. In fact, that's probably why I shouldn't even be talking about it right now. But I have heard that the games are still going to be the second and third games are still going to be download only. So if that's the reason, if that's not the reason for the delay, I guess the Toys for Bob just needed more time to make it, because and I am totally okay with that, because obviously game delays are a good thing and all that, but like if you actually what
just loving how you're just nerding off.
Well,
You've been wanting to talk about this for months, okay?
Because Toys for Bob, if you actually look at all the stuff they've been doing, all the feedback they've been getting from the fans, and like all the little changes they've been making, just like little tiny itty bitty changes, like the color of the fucking sky in some levels they've gone as far as to change. It's like, who the fuck cares about the color of the sky? But they did it anyway. And like they brought they're doing all these things, like bringing Stuart Copeland back to make an original theme for the game.
That's
and
dope.
like yeah, it is. And like they're doing all these little things, so you can tell that Toys for Bob is the Skylanders guys who now own the rights to Spyro, that you can tell that they are putting a lot of love and care into this game. This is clearly a very passionate thing for them. So I was thinking recently, like, from all I'm seeing, these guys seem to really know what they're doing. And I began to thought, well, where was all that love and passion with the Skylanders games? Because I bought the first 2 Skylanders games, and I played the first one. I was just like, oh, this is a game for babies. And then I played the second, and I played the second one. I'm just like, oh, this is a game for babies, but worse. And then I thought about it. It's just like, oh, I think I know why there wasn't as much passion for the Skylanders, because they had to make a new game every fucking year.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a new Skylanders game pretty much coming out every year, because the Toys for Life craze was crazing, and like Activision was just like, we need more money, we need more games, we need more toys to sell. But now that the Toys for Life craze is just done, I can see the actual real like these guys know what they're doing. Of course I have some complaints about some of the stuff they're doing. Like I see just recently they released the Crush footage for the Crush boss fight in Spyro 2, and the original Crush, like he had a club, and it was just a wooden club, and that was it. That's just it. It was just a big club that he used to smack Spyro. But I saw in this new footage, I'm like, that looks weirdly like a chicken bone leg, and I'm just like, I hope that's not what that is, and I hope that bite out of it is just like a broken part of it that's just wood. But if it is a chicken leg, I don't really like that, because yeah, it goes with the whole cartoony silliness that Spyro has. Maybe he's not known for, but it's the Spyro aesthetic. But it's just like, it makes Crush, not only does it make him less threatening, but also like there's already a villain in the third game that uses a chicken leg as a club. So but it's like, I think that all the redesigns they've done so far are great. If you've seen Bianca, I said not. I didn't say that. I didn't do
Is there
two
a
whistles in that.
difference?
Yes, I did the it was like a yes, there's a difference. I was doing like a nice. How do I explain this? It just looks good.
I don't think you can. I think it's already done.
It just looks amazing. She's probably my favorite redesign so far. And like I remember, can I just go off on a few things that I've had bottled up? I don't know exactly.
What have you been doing?
I don't know how to segue. I don't know how to segue
for his vent.
I don't know how to exactly segue into them. Because like, no, there's just a bunch of little tiny things that like I could talk about. Like I remember them wanting to put the glide ability into the first game. I mean, well, not the glide ability, the hover ability into the first game, because the hover ability, like if you've ever played Spyro, like in games 2 and 3, when you glide and you get to the edge of the platform, but you don't get high enough to get to the edge of the platform, if you press triangle, you'll hover and you'll get a little more air. That wasn't there in the first game. In the first game, if you press triangle, you just drop straight down out of the sky. And that is super.
What are you
wild
doing?
Card.
Sorry, I laid down.
And if you so like
you kind of need to sit down, dude.
Like,
point is, it was jarring. It's jarring to go from dropping straight down in Spyro 1 to being able to hover in Spyro 2 and 3. It's super jarring and weird. So I was hoping that they'd put Spyro the hover ability into Spyro 1. But when I recently saw footage of the Stone Hill level in Spyro 1, where they actually explain how to glide, the dragon says, press the action button and you'll drop down mid-flight. But the action button is in this game is apparently circle. So I guess they're not putting in hover in the first game, but they're still going to keep the drop down in mid-flight. But I guess to make it less confusing, they're going to make it the circle button instead of the triangle button. So the triangle is still being hover, but the circle button is going to be dropped down. I guess that's how they're fixing it. Would I prefer they include hover in the first game? Yes, because not only is it jarring, but some of the glides in that first game are bullshit. But you know, I guess they gotta, like, I guess there is that argument of like, well, if they put in hover in the first game, the first game wasn't designed with hover in mind, so it'll like screw it up. And it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. But I guess it's mostly down to just they want to bring these games up to the modern age and like in the best way possible. They don't want to change too much at all. They just want to make all the graphics prettier and just keep everything the same. They've invented something called Spyroscope, where it's pretty much looking at the games of the original, since they don't have the original codes for the games. So like they have to remake everything from scratch. So they did is they invented this thing that they call Spyroscope, where they zoomed in on Spyro in the original games, and they like make sure that that everything, him jumping, like the how fast each of the enemies are, how big the levels are, where each individual gem is placed, they made sure that is like they make sure that is exactly as it is in the original at the microscopic level, is how they described it, which I want to believe them, but the more footage I see, I'm just like, those enemies, like I even like looked at the new footage that they're releasing, and I looked at the footage from the old game side by side, and I'm just like, I am very sure that those enemies are moving slower. So like if they're making the enemies slower, that's actually just going to make the game easier. And like I get Toys for Bob, like they've been making Skylanders, they want to make kids games. And yes, Spyro, there are a lot of moments in the original Spyro games that were like super over the top balls hard, and they want to make it easier. But like I don't want them to, like, for lack of a better term, dumb down Spyro. I like those games are some of my favorites. Spyro 2 is my favorite video game of all time. I just played it recently. It's again, I'm 22 years old and I'm still playing fucking Spyro on my PS3 because we don't have PS1 or PS2 anymore. But So, have any of you guys fallen asleep yet?
No. I'm
So
still
anyway,
here.
Banjo-Kazooie.
You're fucking pushing.
Yes.
I listened the entire time, and to be honest, I related a lot of it to what Pokemon has been doing, like with their shit. Like, that's what I'm gonna say.
Anyways, go on.
Well, I don't like. I didn't have like a list written down of things I wanted to talk about. I'm really just.
That was off your head?
Yeah.
Wow.
I came up. I thought of all of that on the spot. These are just my thoughts. I've been keeping up with this goddamn Reignited game, which, by the way, everyone like before the game was announced, it was quote unquote leaked that there was going to be a Spyro Reignited game, even though it was just a rumor. And apparently it was the rumor that it was going to be called the Treasure Trilogy. And when it was announced that Reignited is going to be the title, everyone was just like, bleh, I like Treasure Trilogy better. But I'm just like, no, I don't. Reignited just rolls off the tongue way fucking better.
Yeah.
And I get Treasure is Spyro thinks he collects gems, so it's just like, and Reignited, I guess, doesn't sound as cool because like, aha, fire, get it, reigniting, but it's like,
I get it.
I think it's a fine title. And and everybody's worried about this game being like rushed, which is a decent worry. I have that worry too sometimes. There's some evidence to point that it was actually in development before Crash Insane Trilogy, and the reason they didn't announce it until this year was because they didn't want to announce both the Spyro remaster and the Crash remaster at the same time and risk one of them overshadowing the other, which makes sense. But the only evidence we have that this Spyro game has been in development for longer is that I forget what they're called, but it's basically like a list that Activision puts out where it's just like, these are the games we're going to be working on for the next few years. And there was a video game underneath, like right before Crash Bandicoot, like a year before Crash Bandicoot, titled that was just titled Falcon. And the reason that relates to Spyro is because before the Spyro official Twitter account became active, it went by the name Falcon McBob, which Bob obviously is for Toys for Bob, the company who's making Reignited. And Falcon, we don't know how the hell that relates to Spyro at all. That seems to be just like a random name they used to hide the fact that they were it was a Spyro Twitter. But so that's the evidence, but I don't think that's like quite enough for me to like fully 100% believe that this game has been in development for 2 years. I would need more. So yeah, the risk of it being rushed is still in my mind, because Crash Bandicoot.
Did you say Activision?
Yes, Activision. Yeah, they're the ones they're the publisher behind this game. Toys for Bob is just like the developer. Yeah, I know it sucks. Nobody likes Activision, but
Call of Duty Falcon coming this summer.
I would be pissed. But I was saying like, yeah, Crash Bandicoot, you could make that game in a year. It's because like all that game is just like it's a linear line. All they would have to do is like make a forward line and just make the backgrounds look pretty. That's all they would have to do. Spyro's levels are big. Spyro's levels are open. He's a platformer. And even Crash Bandicoot, he has repeated levels. He's got snow level. He's got 3 snow levels. He's got 3 jungle levels. He's got 3 cavern levels. All Spyro's levels are unique. So like that, remastering that game, especially rebuilding everything from the ground up, that would take a long time. And if they've only been working on this game for a year, that's worrisome. thankfully, the footage that we've seen and the people who have actually gotten to play it and have reported on it all say they love it and everything looks great. And I'm just super excited for this game. It was supposed to come out September 21st, which is the day after my birthday, which would have been awesome, but it got delayed to November 17th. And you know what? If the game really is just the original Spyro games, but like look prettier, I'm willing to wait another 2 months.
Yeah.
When you get this game, you got to stream it.
I don't have a capture card.
What?
I don't have a capture card.
I'll play it for you, and you can judge me about every move I make.
And you can go on monologue while he plays it.
It'd be
Man,
a podcast
I could talk about
within a
Spyro for
Let's
fucking hours. You have no idea.
We should have just made this whole podcast thing that we're doing all on that.
Just
Could have made a pretty good one.
Yeah, I hope just me not. I just
told what have you done?
Because we just going through. We went through the topics pretty fast. So I'm hoping that just like I didn't just like me just rambling on about Spyro wasn't just like. I hope I didn't just take half of the podcast.
What are we at right now, anyway?
Fuck. I just forgot. I stopped the podcast after a few minutes ago.
You fucking joke about that. I will fucking kill you right now.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot to start it.
Don't
I just want to hear his reaction.
joke about that right now.
Wild card? I swear to God, if Nintels stopped the podcast because you said as soon as I started talking, well, that's all the time we have.
I was gonna be quiet and pretend that I wasn't the one who originally said it.
Oh.
Oh, right, it was you. Okay, that's it. You're fired from Crow. You're fired from Crow.
Funny is, I'm not the one doing Crow. It's Poptimus.
Fuck!
I keep getting mistakes for people I haven't even done.
Well, congratulations.
I am getting fired by J-Chip.
Now you're fired.
Oh, this is my lead from BridgeBrains, guys. I just basically fucked over
that
the
was
podcast.
my last podcast. All right.
I want your 2 weeks notice to be the next episode of Little Witch.
Yeah. Resignation now.
Your final project is the fucking Little Witch.
Jesus.
You have to do it all in 2 weeks.
You got to do it in 2 weeks. That's your 2 week notice.
I'm gonna put you on a fucking Tiba challenge at that point.
Yeah. Honestly, I did man children in 10 days. I think I can do it now.
Yeah.
If I don't do it, I get fucking fined for $1,000.
1,000 Canadian dollars.
You were a workhorse. Now you're a racehorse, bitch.
I'm any worse you need me to be.
Well, good luck. I did actually end the podcast. In fact, we're actually going to be ending it right here. So, thank you all for joining us for this first edition of BrainWatching, and we will see you in the next couple of weeks.
Sure.
Somebody,
Let's say that.
Somebody put the Peachette crown on the scary piano from Mario 64.
No.
Those are my last words.
Bye,
everybody. Bye.
Wow.
Bye.
That's really
Bye.
The way you do it. You play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working.